Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Fullard Impressions Mini Pendant. This is the 185400. This is one of my favorites. I love this fixture for a lot of different reasons. I can pair this when I'm helping people spec fixtures for their houses or their kitchens. You can pair this in like a log house. You could have this in a really modern house. It's a great transitional piece, and it goes with a lot of other Hubbardton Forge fixtures really well. So let's get into the size of the fixture itself. The fixture body itself is going to be independent of the rod, so it's going to be the bottom part, 11.8 inches high by 6.2 inches in diameter. Overall height, which is really the distance from the bottom of the fixture, which is the bottom of the glass on this, to the ceiling itself, is going to give you a range of 28.8 at its shortest or 73.8 at its longest. If you need this to be shorter than the short, so shorter than 28.8 or longer than 73.8, we do customs every day. It's not a big deal. You would drop a quick email, say, I'm looking at the 185400, and you're going to give me a solid number. So you're going to say, I need it to be X, 26, 24, 13, 112, 114, something like that. And I'm going to take your email, I'm going to send it over to the customs department at Hubbardton Forge, where it kind of rolls around with some engineers, comes back to us, and they're going to tell us what we can do. A little more time, a little more money, but we do customs every day. It's really easy. So Hubbardton's going to be using the system of these interconnecting rods, and you can see that you're going to have quite a few of these to play with, and it's going to give you that range. You're going to have 3 of the 12-inch pieces. That's this, okay? 1 of the 6 and 1 of the 3, and you can kind of use them to whatever you need to get to where you're going to go. So how we generally assemble these things is the best way to do it. Put a couple of nice plush towels on a counter to make a soft place. Don't put the glass in yet. You're going to actually put the fixture body down and then kind of put the rods and connectors down to get them in the series that you want to add up to the length that you want to be from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture. You're going to take that wire and just slowly put it through each piece, the connector into the next piece, and then once you do have all that back together, once you have it all laid out correctly, you can screw it all together on its side on that towel. Don't do it, don't think you can, doing it while you're putting it up, while it's going to be vertical. It just doesn't work out that way. Let's talk about canopy for a second. 5.5 inch round canopy. It's going to go over your 4-inch junction box, and I want to show you more about that too. So how to see lots of information about this, including how to put it together, like I just said. We're going to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over here on the left side of your screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It is going to say click here for installations instructions. So open that up for me. So a lot of good information there. So there's going to be a full parts list, so it's going to show you everything you're going to get. It's also going to show you how to put it together, which I just kind of explained, but it's going to show you some inside drawings of inside the fixture itself, the socket setup, canopy, that part of the canopy, that side. It's also going to probably be showing you that it's slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees, so it's automatic. If you guys have a slope ceiling, you don't need to customize this. There's a knuckle built into the side right there, and it goes like that. So you're automatically set up for slope if you need it, okay? It's going to be coming in at 4.7 pounds. That's including your glass, so it's simply easy to hang from your junction box like this guy. Let's hop into a couple other things. Let's talk about lamping. That's going to be pretty important. It's going to be using a porcelain socket like this, just like that, with some threading on it. And it can take any bulb, basically, medium base bulb we're talking about like this, up to 100 watts max for incandescent, and that's because of the heat generated by an incandescent bulb. If you want to go LED, which I expect most of you will be going LED, it's up to you what you put into this. It's I think they recommended an A19, which is this size, but this is a big piece of glass. It is big enough that you can put in an A20. And for customers that need a lot of light, I recommend this fixture all the time. It's partly just because it's got a big piece of glass. It can hide a big bulb in there, so you can pump a lot of light out of it. These things come out, 75, 100 watt equivalent, 150 watt equivalent. I have seen these in the marketplace at 200 watt equivalents, so don't be afraid to experiment a little bit. Bulbs are really inexpensive. These are the regular kind that you see out in the world. You'll also see these. This is a phosphorus one, so don't be afraid to play with these as well. No big difference, just you're not going to be able to see them anyway because the glass is opaque. It's that opaque white glass I'll talk about in a few minutes. But it's up to you. And also, I always talk about the color of light. That's going to be pretty important. So when you're buying your LEDs, it's really important to zero in on the Kelvin, the numbers of Kelvin. It'll say 2700 Kelvin up to like 5000 Kelvin on the box or wherever you're looking. If you go online on like Amazon or something and put in LED light bulb, you'll see them all over the place. But you're going to see that the 2700 Kelvin is kind of like the equivalent of an incandescent bulb that's been dimmed down. So that's really yellow. Some people don't want to go that yellow. But if you still want a warm white, like an incandescent bulb used to be when we used them, that's the light coming down on my hands. That's 3000 Kelvin, so 300K is what you guys pretty much want to look for. That gives you a nice warm glow coming out of that white glass and warms it up quite a bit. The light that is coming from 4000, 5000 Kelvin, they call that daylight, and it's a little bit of a misnomer. People think that daylight is a warm white. It's not. It's a blue light, kind of like a hospital waiting room. So some people like that, nothing wrong with that, but it's really up to you guys to know the difference between those types. So I want to touch on Hubbardton Forge's glass for just a second. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is not just another piece of white glass. This is actually hand-blown glass. All of their glass is hand-blown. And to begin with, it's actually a clear piece of glass to start with. And they come in, they blow a second layer on the inside of white glass. Then they come back and they do a third step where they sandblast the entire outside. So you'll notice when you get these in your hands, they actually have layers of glass on them on the end. You can see them on these two pieces. And it gives it this really soft, semi-transparent, kind of milky quality. It's a soft glowing piece. Really, really pretty. You know, they're really obsessed about details at Hubbardton Forge, and a lot of people don't. I don't think they appreciate it out in the world, but you appreciate it because that's why you guys are here watching this video. There you go. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see a lot of red tabs over there. One is going to be the Finishes Help Guide. When you're done with this video, go over there and open that up for me, and you're going to see a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart just below the video, so scroll down a little bit, you'll see that chart. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them, pictures that have the letter B on them, and I'm going to be talking about that range you can see in variance on there in that video. So it's really important to watch the video, use that chart. When you're done with all that, come back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures and see a lot more samples of Hubbardton Forge fixtures in that finish. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in vintage platinum, do the same, and so on and so on and so on. That's a great way for you to see a lot of Hubbardton Forge stuff in different finishes and really take advantage of that, okay? So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page on our website. It's going to be back in the red tabs over there. A lot of good things in that section. Check out. So when you open that up, you'll see it's all divided up into different sections like dining pendants and outdoor lighting. We're always adding to that. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. They don't even have a showroom like this. Nobody does. And they use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont to visit us. So lots and lots to see here. You can see all the different glass, all the different finishes, all the different fabrics, all of those things. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So the clearance center stuff are returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. That's an amazing deal for you. If you guys want to take advantage of that, you have to come here to Vermont to see us. And when you do me a favor, measure all the kind of things about your project and what you guys are doing. So the most important thing is measure your ceiling heights to begin with. Measure distances between junction boxes and like windows and ceilings and those kind of things. So if you're looking at sconces on the wall, you can see if they're going to fit for you. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distances between those junction boxes. Widths of tables, kitchen tables, dining tables, lengths of tables, islands, all that good stuff. And also do a couple more things. If you guys have some tablets or iPads lying around, take pictures of all these things. Take pictures of the kitchen, take pictures of the projects you're doing. Bring that in so we can kind of go through those pictures together and we'll be able to see what you guys are up to, okay? And also the boxes and clearance stuff, are basically packed for shipping. Don't forget, these were supposedly shipped out. So the boxes tend to be on the bigger side, so bring a decent size SUV if you want to take stuff home. It's a really good opportunity for you. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. That's 3 months after you receive something to send it back, and there's no restocking fee on that. Some larger items and custom things, and it's usually going to be big things on pallets, are going to be non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page for an item if that is the case, so always keep an eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So to get all these different metal finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. They generally take about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it's really, really inexpensive. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email and I can clue you in on details, okay? So our showroom in Vermont is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to drop a quick email, you can do that all the time. And that's going to be at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call me during business hours, 802-446-2400. So thank you for stopping in today, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.